Chris Watkin here, joined by Zoe Bywater, ex-board member of Arla, and has recently sold her letting agency. Why have you left the lettings industry? Talk to me.
I wouldn't say I've left the lettings industry. I have made myself redundant from the Belvoir Bedford franchise.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
Well, it took many years, and one of the things that a wise person said was that you need to be working on the business rather than in it. And it took me a long time to get there, but obviously when I did reach that point, I made the decision that I could go one of two ways here. I could stay or I could go, and I decided to go.
Brave decision to make, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think Nigel, my husband, and I made a decision. We reached a crossroads, pretty much as everyone did, reflected during the pandemic. As you know, I've got a love for Scotland. The only tie to where I am now is the business. So the business had to go. And it went at a right time where we had a very well-run, well-teamed business.
When you say well-run, well-teamed, and everyone, it's very easy to drop in the business, on the business. What was, I mean, the biggest thing in all businesses is the people. If you don't mind me saying, you were very famous for your rotation of staff. How many staff did you have in a period of time?
Well, if you've not heard it before, you're going to hear it again today. It's in 18 months, I went through 26 staff.
Okay, and the one common denominator is you.
Exactly. Now, what happened was, probably 3 or 4 years ago, I had an epiphany, or I went on a training course, and I learned very, very quickly to look at the way I was dealing with my team and how I was approaching my team, and I switched things up a bit, and since then, it's been gravy, as they say.
All gravy.
All gravy.
So which course was it? Let's just do a shout out. Come on.
It was a John Paul course, but I'd want to say, and I'm sorry, John, and I looked at the camera and I said, sorry, John. It was Adele Crocker. She's an absolutely amazing woman, and just the way she looks at things, it's hard to say it blew my mind because that sounds crazy.
So come on, for the viewers out there, what exactly did Adele teach you, which basically you went for, I mean, if you don't mind me saying, your door was like Woolies, rotating door, one in, one out. I mean, I used to talk to you all the time, and hello, here we go.
Another one bites the dust.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
And now, if you don't mind me saying, you had staff members that would walk on hot coals for you.
Yeah, which is amazing. The key thing, and I've mentioned it before, is we stopped employing people on experience and CVs, and we started looking at what are our values as a company, and we employed people on values. You can train someone to do a job, but you can't train someone to be on the same page as you morally and with your values. And just having that acceptance of that made massive changes. I already had the processes in place to, once I had the right team to train them, so it was just getting that element right, and then everything slotted into place, and I found myself sitting there thinking, this business is running itself now.
It doesn't need you.
No.
How'd that make you feel? That, because quite often, sometimes when someone does make themselves redundant in the business, they kind of self-sabotage, even subconsciously, just to...
It took a long time to make peace with it, but because the end game has always been to move to Scotland, I knew that this time it was right, and we took the decision to do it. Now, it was hard because no matter what you say, it was my baby for 19 years, but I made peace with it, and I accept it now, and I am so proud of what I've achieved with the team now, and just seeing some of them move on to bigger and better things rather than get antsy about it. I was able to support them and give them the guidance and leadership rather than management that they needed.
So if I had a member of your staff sat next there, what difference would they see today in terms of how you run your business?
I think it sounds trite, but one of the things I always said to them is, I want you to come on this journey with me. And I think that's key. I wasn't pushing them along or dragging them along. Anybody that has worked with me in the last probably 2-3 years will have seen that I've changed massively in terms of my approach, the support that they get, the guidance that they get, the fact that every member of my team is on Agents Together now as a mentee, and I instigated that, and I'm not forcing them to do it, but I just know for their growth, their personal development, that's crucial.
What advice would you give to any letting and estate agency bosses watching this who feel that they've got a rotation of staff and they're pulling their hair out?
Talk to me. I may be able to give you what Adele gave me, and sometimes you need a fresh pair of eyes to look at things differently for you. And it's not a finger wagging, patronising way. It's just, look, I know now that I've been able to make some big decisions with my life because of it, and it's all good. It's it's a very positive thing, and I can't wait to start the next chapter in my life now.
Zoe's on LinkedIn and Facebook, so catch her there. You'll find her there. And thank you for your time today.
Thank you.